Hey, everyone, thank you again for tuning in to another episode of Chevalier, where we try to begin a dialogue between men and women for the purpose of a happy and healthy relationship. The key phrase is happy and healthy. So we're here for everyone, whether you're black, white, Asian, African, Australian, Puerto Rican, did I say Hispanic? Might have did. And even the penguins in Antarctica. So, thank you all for being here. I always get drowned in this song. I always get drowned in that song. I apologize. I love it. But really, I appreciate you guys for coming back, because to me, the best way to help men and women begin and be influenced to want happy and healthy relationships is to begin a conversation. And a lot of the times where like we're having a hard time with men thinking women are just, sexual deviants, using sex to control and get their way, and men feeling like, women feeling like men are just, just abusive and very masculine. Toxic masculinity is a word that I hear a lot with a lot of my female clients. And I think that when we begin conversations like this, when men and women sit down and talk, it makes it more liable for people to be able to say, hey, maybe what we thought we were fighting over really was nothing for us to even fight over in the first place. Because to me personally, the gender war is over. Like, I don't want to be fighting. I don't want to fight with my women. I don't think any guy, period. Black, white, Asian, Hispanic, Australian, African, Puerto Rican, even the penguins in Antarctica. Hispanic also. I don't think anybody wants to fight with their women. That goes against the design that God made us for. The design that God made us for was to create happiness with our women. I go against them, and my women shouldn't be going against us. If anything, we should be trying to figure out how to come together. Which is why I make these videos. Speaking of today's video, is more of a question that I'm going to answer. So, one of my clients asked me to speak on this in a video. And I told her that I would put it out there and see if we can get a conversation going, because I think that there's always room for conversation when it deals with topics that people are really interested in. Today's topic is when's the right time to leave a relationship? In her essence, she was telling me about a man that she'd been with for 5 years, and he wasn't abusive. He didn't cheat. She just felt like she needed room to grow, and she didn't want to be with him anymore. She wanted something different. And so when I spoke to her, I said, "Well, there's nothing wrong with that. Like, as a human being, period, you have the right to be with someone if you want to. You also have the right to leave when you're ready." But the irony here is she's like, "Oh, well, I got back out in dating, and I tried to find the perfect guy for me, and I've been dating for a while, and I haven't found anything, and guys just want this and that." And what I asked her is a lot of simple questions. Like, hey, was he abusive? Did he do something wrong? Did he cheat on you? And she's like, "No, he didn't do any of that. He was just boring. And I need more excitement. So I left him because he wasn't the type of guy that's going to make me happy and give me what I need to be happy." When I heard that, I don't mean to be disrespectful. I took myself out. Because here's a woman who said she had a perfectly good man and she left him because he wasn't exciting enough. And I said, "In what way?" And she said, "Oh, well, I like to drink, I like to smoke, I like to go clubbing, and he doesn't like to do any of those things." I said, "Okay. Did he ever tell you couldn't do that?" And she was like, "Oh, he didn't say anything. He was free. He let me be free. He let me do what I want. He let me go out when I want. He told me to pursue my happiness as much as I wanted, and and he was very trustworthy." And I said, "Well, that's generally a good thing. Most women would love to have a guy like that. But in her case, she was like, well, I want a guy that's going to drink with me, smoke with me, have a good time with me. And I'm like, you got to keep in mind those are things that you like to do. But did you ever indulge in the things that he likes to do? I mean, if he had a problem with it, that's one thing. If he came to you like, oh, well, I don't even like all that. That ain't going down with me because this is who I am. And I don't drink and I don't smoke. And you can't do that either. Because some guys are like that. But talking to her, he was the opposite. He was more like, I don't have a problem with it. Do you? So here's a guy that treated you right, brought money home, took care of the home, put money in your pockets, treated you good, was loyal and dedicated to you. And because he didn't like to, drink and smoke, he wasn't fun, and so you left him. And now you're talking about you're out in the dating world, and all guys want is this and that, and sex, but everything except for you want. I tell a lot of women, man, and this may not be the popular opinion. If he didn't abuse you verbally or physically, and he didn't cheat on you, yeah, go back. I don't even get offended by that because they're like, well, why should I go back to a man that I don't like? Well, because he treated you right. The two ultimate aspects of dating is simple. Are you dating for the man that you want, or are you dating for the man that you need? The man that you want is the guy that looks the part. Whether he wears tattoos, whether he sags his pants, whether he has long hair, whether he has facial piercings, whether he, is a certain body type, muscular, or a certain look, and that's it. And maybe he lays it down in bed perfectly, 100%, pleases all your satisfactions. That's it. That's it. That's the man most women want. Look good, and he can lay it down in bed. That's it. Man and women need is the guy that can provide financially, who can provide spiritually, who can provide emotionally, who can protect all three of those virtues, who's going to accept you the way you are, good, the bad, and the ugly, and everything in between, who's going to put up with all your nonsense and still be loyal to you and you only. Who's going to put his effort into, who's going to give you that 100% that a lot of women say they want. This is the guy that women say that they're willing to, that they'll put it all on the line for, give a child to. The guy that actually says, hey, I am putting a down payment on a ring to marry you as proof that I'm going to spend the rest of my life with you. Because I want you to know that I love you. See, these type of guys, because they're usually lame, they're boring, they're not cool, they're square, they're geeks and nerds. And, hey, geeks and nerds, I'm a geek and a nerd. These are the type of guys that don't really get a lot of attention. So they get overlooked. And they say, oh, ain't no good men out here. Well, yeah, there are good men out here. They may not want you because when you had one, you messed it up. You threw the opportunity away. And I hear a lot of women say, I'm waiting on the man for God to bring me. And God ain't going to bring you the man you want. Matter of fact, I can go to 1 Samuel. Give me a second here to look this up. First Samuel. And the Lord said unto Samuel, please do not judge by his height or his stature, for I have rejected him. That's God's word. The Lord doesn't see what man sees. The man looks at the outward appearance. The Lord looks what's in the heart. God ain't bringing you the man you want. And if you're waiting for the man you want, you're either going to have to go get him or prepare to die alone. Because the man you want ain't going to come. God is going to send you what you need. And what I told this woman is she need to go back to the man that was providing her happiness and making her happy when she didn't have nobody. This guy is taking on her and everything she got going on, and he's willing to love and appreciate her even after everything she has going on. The type of man that most women need is that guy that's going to go out here and work hard, whether he works a white collar or blue collar. Heck, as long as he's working a collar job, and he's loyal to you and you only, then you got a foundation where you can build a husband. I always hear women say, I'm waiting on God to send me a man, but I always say, where in the Bible does it say that? As this young lady, she already had a good man, and she wasted it. She threw that opportunity away. So sometimes, ladies, when you go out here and you date, you have to decide what type of man do you want. In her case, she had the man she needed, but she threw it all away for the man she wanted. And now she has nobody. So, the man you want and the man you need. And you can't find both. Because that's what we call a husband. That's what we call a husband. So, answer the question. Woman, should you go back to your significant other? Yeah. Yeah. And you should make it up to him for leaving. And find a way for him to love you again. Because you were wrong. Because he loved and appreciated you. And clearly you didn't do the same for him. Or, you can always get a dog and die alone. Get a cat too. But just tell you, man, if you ain't ready to give a guy 100%, don't expect him to give you anything. Because generally, someone who values you is only going to give you what you give them. And if you haven't been giving them the same effort you expect them to give you, then you kind of wasting your time. You ain't going to lie. All right, so answer the question today. Sorry I've been going over, but people have been asking me a lot of questions and going into detail. Can you explain this and explain that? And so I'm trying, but I want to keep these videos to a minimum. Because I know my attention span is short. So, thank you so much, guys, for your time. Please be safe and have a wonderful evening. I got this tablet. I'm trying to figure it out.
It's starting to come out. I've been holding it for too long. Yeah, it's starting to come out. And I can't pretend anymore.
Nice animated background. I don't know, man. I'm just liking this anime. Be safe. Have a wonderful evening, everybody. Thank you.